What's up, everybody? This is the Act Man here, and today I wanted to talk about an issue surrounding YouTube that I've noticed for a long time. It's not necessarily something that bothers me, and it's something I've struggled a lot with in the past, but I like to think I've kind of gotten over it. What I'm talking about is pessimism on YouTube. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there's certain types of content on YouTube, specifically surrounding games, that I get burnt out on real fast. And you guys have seen these types of videos before, I'm sure. I used to make a lot of them. It's almost like this circle jerk of something sucks in the games industry, let's all complain about it.
Let's complain about it!
So in regards to me, one of the things that inspired me to make my channel and videos was my disdain and disappointment in Halo 5 and MCC. And I made a lot of videos kind of shitting on those games. You know, why is Halo 5's campaign so bad? Why is the user interface so bad? How they could make more money and improve the rec system. Even videos that had like an overall positive message, I was still kind of shitting on 343. In the early days of my channel, that's kind of what got me traction and viewers in the first place, and so I was kind of thinking like, well, I'll just keep doing this and keep doing what people are asking for and what brought them here in the first place. And that's a completely reasonable thing to do. At a certain point though, in any YouTuber's career, if you're making videos that are entirely pessimistic or critical or hating on something or complaining about something, if that's kind of like all you're doing, then you have to wonder, like, are you even enjoying the games that you're playing? Are you even enjoying what you're doing? Do you even like this hobby? You know? And that's kind of, I had a big reawakening when I did that why I won't make an MCC video, because I had wanted to make a video about all the problems with the Master Chief Collection, and at a certain point I was like, I can't do this type of content all the time. It's just not working out for me. It's not making me happy. You know, when you have videos that have an overall pessimistic message at the end, and kind of the takeaway from it is this game sucks, gaming sucks, well, that gets pretty tiring over time. And I think this is something that's almost exclusive to the video game hemisphere on YouTube, because gamers are a stereotypically angry mob, right? Negativity does kind of sell on YouTube. It sells everywhere, in news organizations and the reports that they make. And that's kind of like an inherent trait of humankind, is there needs to be problems and there needs to be some way of fixing those problems, right? On a very basic fundamental level. But there's a clear distinction to make between like fair criticism and just kind of hating on something for the sake of hating it. Personally, I think criticism needs to be coupled with statements like, I enjoyed this part because X. I enjoyed this because of Y. I like the way they did this. I thought this looked pretty cool. You know, and when you don't have that balance, when you have just all the pessimistic, wow, and look at how dumb this shit is, and that doesn't work, and god, this gun sucks, and the fucking lag is so bad, and oh my god, I'm getting sniped and camped, and fuck man, this UI sucks. When you just kind of get overloaded with those phrases and you don't have any of that positivity, I think that's when that pessimistic critical content, it just like becomes so tiring. You know, and I don't think it's healthy for channels to have an almost exclusively negative outlook on things and games in particular. You know, and maybe that's what some YouTubers kind of get stuck in, is they find something that works, i.e. complaining about issue X, and then they just kind of keep complaining about that issue or things related to it or other issues, and they kind of just make up problems where none really exist, or the problems aren't really that extreme or worthy of an entire video, you know? And I think at a certain point, some people just kind of get trapped in that cycle of like, I can't say positive things because then those videos might not do as well, or I'm scared to branch out and change my content. Nobody wants to be known as that guy who's never happy, who always complains about everything, that like can't find any enjoyment in life, and people don't want to really watch videos like that. You know, for example, you have like Angry Joe. Angry Joe, I love his content, but if all his videos were just angry rants, if there was no positivity surrounding it, that shit would get old super fast. It's because Angry Joe is passionate about games and loves them and enjoys them and talks about that make his angry rants so enjoyable, because there's a balance there. It's not just one-sided, you know what I mean? Even a channel like I Hate Everything, where the name implies ultra pessimism in pretty much every form, but when you watch the videos, it's like this guy is making very fair points and he's having fun with it. He's not just hating everything for the sake of hating and kind of stoking the flames, you know? And there are some YouTubers that I've really enjoyed in the past, and they made very critical videos of games or certain things, you know, that were more on the negative side that I enjoyed so much. But over time, some of them have kind of just stayed in that little hole, that tiny little speck of content, and they haven't branched out. And so I've kind of stopped watching some of them just because it's like, you know, try something new. Try something new. Talk about a game that you like for a change, or what you love about a game that you hate, if there's anything like that, you know? And on the flip side, this also functions the same for optimism, right? People that just don't see a problem with anything, that think it's all good all the time. That shit gets old too, you know? Have a realistic perspective. That's my point. Have a realistic, like, standpoint and basis of quality, you know, if you're a games reviewer. And if you hate everything about the game, I think you should still try to find something that you like. Even with COD World War II, I had some good things to say about it. Because once you kind of dedicate your content to one side of the spectrum and like staying on the ultra optimistic or the ultra pessimistic, once you can't find any sort of middle ground, your content will just get stale. You know, and it'll be boring to watch, and it'll be the same thing over and over again, and nothing will change, and, you know, maybe it'll work, but will you really be happy with the videos you're putting out? Or the direction of your channel? Is it healthy to submerge yourself in so much pessimism or so much optimism to the point where, you know, you can't really see anything else besides one or the other? I guess that's my point with this video, is just like, to all the other YouTubers or people aspiring to be YouTube content creators or write reviews, just make sure you have a realistic and like grounded stance on things, you know? Even if you are a more pessimistic person, that's okay. Even if you're more optimistic, totally fine. You need to have some combination of both though. I mean, you know, you can't just be completely neutral about everything, because that's boring as shit too. That's really the point I'm trying to get across, and I just felt like talking about it because I haven't uploaded shit to Actman TV in a while, and this was something that just popped into my head, and I was like, you know what? I want to talk about that. Pessimism and optimism on YouTube. And that's also another thing in regards to negativity sells. Am I going to title this video Optimism on YouTube? Will people really find that all that engaging or click-worthy? I think it's one thing to have titles and thumbnails that portray a negative stance, but then flip that aside, or maybe it's not entirely what you expect, or it's, you know, it's a much more reasonable thing than what the title and thumbnail make it out to be. Optimism on YouTube probably wouldn't get that many clicks, but pessimism on YouTube, well, it does sell. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you did. That's all I got for today. This is the Act Man signing out. Peace!